everybody. In this video, I'm going to tell you about how I have had accidental success in the past rooting hibiscus from a cut flower. And as a matter of fact, this great big bush behind me, this hibiscus plant behind me, is the first one that I accidentally grew because my mother-in-law and her husband were living with us during the end of their lives, and my husband was wheeling her in her wheelchair along our patio where I had the mother of this plant planted, and my mother-in-law was wheeling past a beautiful blossom like this, and she said, "Oh, look at that flower." I can't copy her her pretty little accent, but she said, "Oh, look at that flower," and she grabbed it with her frail little hand, and it wasn't so frail. She snapped it right off, and let me see if I can do it right now. Yep, nope, I can't even, oh, there we go. She snapped it right off. She was stronger than I am, and it was very rough like that. It was like not any kind of pretty cut like I've done with this one, and so you can see that this one is just like, rough, very rough cut. And it was like this, and because she had picked it and said that it was so pretty, I got one of my little jars that I keep from some kind of sauce that I bought at one time, and I stuck it in this water, and I put it beside her bedside table. And surprisingly enough, it had a little bud on it like this one does. This one has additional little buds on it, you can see. And anyway, it was like that. And surprisingly enough, the flower lasted a long time. I thought it was lasting a long time. It stayed fresh. And then these flowers opened and blossomed also. And to my surprise, the little snaps place where she had taken the flower off the mother plant had sprouted roots. So I was like, wow, this is just amazing. And so it continued to grow, and I just kept topping it off with tap water. This water in this jar right here is half tap water and half rainwater. I just decided to do that. It's not what I did the first time, but anyway, that's why it's a little bit cloudy. But I just left it on her bedside table, and it had like indirect light from the window, and it rooted. It was quite by accident that it did that, and I've had a lot of luck with simply doing what I just did, although sometimes I use my kitchen scissors to snip it on a bias, which means like slanted, not straight across but slanted. Sometimes I'll do that and then put it in water like this, and it helps. I have noticed it helps that you use the green portion, the new growth, not the growth that looks like it has bark on it, old growth that is brown and very woody kind of feeling. And so it helps with that, I've noticed, as I have rooted them over the years since my mother-in-law helped me learn how to do this the first time. So anyway, I've got this one that I'll stick on the windowsill and think of my mother-in-law, God rest her soul, every time I do, and hopefully I will have 2 more of this gorgeous yellow hibiscus plant in the future. And I am going to try to root some other things. I have recently bought this stuff from Amazon. It is for plants that are a little bit difficult to root. It's like a rooting enzyme. I did not use that on the hibiscus the first time I rooted it. I'm not going to use it on these that I just pulled off. And I did not use it on this basil that I cut off my plant from the garden. And I hope that you can see inside that jar there are just roots all over some of the basil stems, and that was quite by accident. I just stuck it in this jar on my kitchen counter so I could pull basil quickly and use it in cooking. And over the couple of weeks that it's been on my kitchen counter, I've filled it up with just tap water when it needed it, and lo and behold, there are some roots in there. So I'm actually going to plant that and have another basil plant. I've got them in several of my potted plants around the outside of the place, and sometimes I'll take the pots and put them in the greenhouse for the winter. If it's a tropical like this, that's how I've kept this alive for let's see, 5 years now. And anyway, the basil, when I plant it in a pot like this that I'm going to move in and out of the greenhouse, it stays alive for the same length of time. You just keep harvesting and kind of cutting it off, and it grows new branches and all that kind of thing. So it's just that's accidental that I learned that could happen. So anyway, I hope that if you have these kinds of plants around your house, you'll try it too. There's no skill involved in my case. It just kind of happened for me. Divine intervention kind of recreated the plants for me so I could propagate them. But I bought this stuff because I'm gonna use it for some of the roses that I have. I have some climbing roses along the fence line, and I don't know if you've ever tried to price those. Even if they're on sale in like the Home Depot Center or something, they're really expensive, and I am a cheapskate, so I'm not gonna pay that money. I have a few already, and so I'm just going to see if I can try my hand at rooting those. So I'll let you know how it goes. You let me know how it goes with rooting your stuff, and I'll see you next time.